good afternoon, race fans. Here we are with the quarterfinals, the start of the quarterfinals of Choozo Randomizer. I am joined today by Exact Science. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a nice day outside. We got a whole bunch of snow last night, so I'm excited to just be cozy, warm indoors and watch what promises to be a really exciting quarterfinal match.
That sounds like a good day. Today, my day is doing this and then going to have a Japanese steakhouse tonight. So it'll be a good day of good day for today.
Ooh.
But even better than that will be this race between Smelon and OK Beamer. We've got two very talented runners here. We've got a little bit less random of a seed going on here with Major Minor, Vanilla Area, Vanilla Boss, Easy Difficulty, Vanilla Escape, Early Morph, Vanilla Start. So just about as much vanilla as we can possibly have. What do you think, Exact?
Yeah, I think that this should be interesting as like a nice like pace setting match. Like with these settings, it's most likely going to come down to like we're going to see um, the runner's movement make a lot more difference than with some of the more like puzzly, like full area kind of seeds. And so it'll be interesting to see how much that matters, or if there is going to be some like some route divergence that is going to make a difference, because there still definitely could be.
Well, we're already seeing a divergence in choices as Smelvin is a no moonfaller and OK Beamer is a moonfaller.
I think
Where
I
are you
saw.
on where are you on the moonfall side?
I am very pro moonwalk. I think that moonwalk in general is super useful outside of moonfalling even. Like it makes a lot of the pixel setups a lot easier. A big
Whoa.
one is like, yeah, I'm kind of guessing that we'll see Barrier, Gravity, and Space Jump at some point before too long. Early plasma like that generally means the seed's expecting you to go fight one of the two later bosses.
So this means we're gonna find morph morph in the ceiling here.
All right.
Smelling got that first try. Beamer took a second try, but nice backup.
You know, neither had to reset the room. If you miss the boost off of that Rio twice, you either have to wait for the Gamer, which is slow, or you have to go reset the room to use the Rio again, because it'll be in very much the wrong position.
So do you want to explain what is major minor versus maybe we've seen the full countdown a lot from most of these seeds?
Sure, yeah. So in the full countdown seeds, as I'm sure many of you have seen, the major items can be at any location in an area, and the HUD will give you a breakdown of how many majors. And the count for majors, importantly, includes only the actual like upgrade items. Major minor will have major items will also will be all of the major upgrades plus all the energy and reserve tanks, and they are just shuffled among the major locations. So any place in the vanilla game where there's an energy tank, a reserve tank, or a major item, those are the only places our majors can be in this split.
So that in some ways is a little limiting in where the players would go. At the same time, it's really not that limiting. I mean, they know where the major minor locations are, but it still leaves for a lot of check possibilities.
Yeah, the interesting thing to me about major minor versus full countdown is that in major minor, you have fewer locations where your major items can be, and so fewer places that you're necessarily going to be looking for like your progression and go mode. But like because of what those locations are, you are much more likely than in full countdown to get an item at a really bad location like Shack Tool or Plasma. And so like you have to be a little bit more strategic. You can't just like see two in the HUD, find two major items, and then be done. There are way more locations to check, so you kind of have to be a little more strategic and discriminating in which ones you actually go look at and how you do that routing.
Well, looks like BT's not giving us too much special today with just an energy tank.
Yeah,
One
I
of the
mean,
bonus.
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, this early, not something I think many runners are gonna turn down, especially with supers or plasma. The BT fight is very, very quick, even with just supers.
That's one thing about major minor, I think, is one of the bonuses of major minor is E is not as hard to find, where in full countdown there's times you might be 30-40 minutes into a race and still only have like one tank.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Because like over half of the locations you check are going to be a tank. There are 34 major locations. 18 of them are going to be an energy or reserve, and then 16 are going to be one of those majors. Speaking of, got Wave Beam at Terminator.
All right. Well, Wave and Plasma, that's a very high damage combo. Now, if they find Charge, they're already in ammo go mode.
Yep.
But players were both rewarded with a couple of super missile packs early, which is nice, because minor items are a little bit, they'll be a little bit scarcer for the players to check through this run.
Yep. Yeah, generally you'll see fewer minor checks because like you can't have an important upgrade there. And once you've gotten all of your initial ammo, like we have seen that sometimes Varia will gate progression on power bombs and or supers, but once you've got one of each pack, like you're generally good as far as like progression. If they find Charge, this isn't white ammo go mode yet. You do need 1510 for Mother Brain 1 minimum.
Yes.
But I'm sure that we will get plenty of ammo still, because there are a lot of on-path ammo checks, especially here in Green Brain.
Yeah, and those the players will definitely pick up as long as they are on the way. What we won't see is them go way out of the way to make any checks at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then nice little reverse mock ball from Beamer. Love that strat. Yeah, it looks like Beamer is going to skip that early supers item, which just being missiles is going to end up, I think, being a good play for him.
Well, it's what we're talking about. It's just a minor.
Yep.
And knows that, there will be a decent amount along the way. So just ignore it. Yeah, Spider MBI, that's one if you watch some of the hundo runners, like Shiny Zenny uses that all the time to escape that room. That really sweet short mock ball.
Yep, it's easier than it looks, but it's still kind of tricky. But yeah, in Hundo, the optimal thing to do is to go up to the top, get the early supers, use that to open the door to the reserve room, collect the items there, and then mock ball out and get the item under the bridge. But very cool trick to see. Like both of these runners, like very, very good movement. So that's always really exciting to watch.
And we're already seeing something here that is a difference between full countdown and major minor. Normally, the players would continue all the way through the rest of Eticoons and go check that minor item on the top right. But because we're major minor, they're like, yep, nope, just gonna nope out of there and move forward.
Yep, for when you have supers and power bombs already, it's like that check is not gonna be worth it because it's very slow.
They get to open this gate with intended strats. Ooh.
Smelon doing the very nice. Yep, Beamer 2. Yeah, I still have a really hard time with that personally, so it's always cool to see it.
Well, I know you are capable of a couple of very interesting tricks, like the Bomberman entrance through that early supers.
Um, yeah, I can do that. I wish I had been able to show it off in that race, but yeah, you can actually get into early supers without morpher speed. It's just a very silly trick that sometimes people will make you do in Plandos. All right, well, there's 2/3 of our microwave, so we may well be seeing ice or speed plus gravity, and that charge beam to take us out to Shack Tool. I almost wouldn't be surprised if we have one of those at X-Ray with this early space jump.
I love seeing. Well, we have space jump. Dang it! I was like, I love seeing players have to execute an X-ray check without space jump or grapple, but.
Yeah, it definitely would not be in logic, especially on easy. One other thing I should mention about easy logic is that there will not be any logically required hell runs here. The players can still do them certainly and might still find useful items, but they're never going to find like gravity suit in a heated check. Oh, hello, there's our boots. Love to see
finding
those.
And here
Always.
we're seeing the first major decision choice where Beamer is going to go check that X-ray location where Smelon skipped it.
Yep, and this could be big if it's a suit or charge. Or I guess speed or ice would also be very useful to see here. Just a tank. All right. Yeah, Varia, at this point, Varia could be at Plasma if we see a gravity suit and yeah, probably X-Ray at this point. I think that's the only Dragon quick kill in logic on easy. Pull up my cheat sheet. Yes. So easy can expect the microwave Dragon kill. It will not expect the grapple kill.
Got it. Okay. That's funny because to me the grapple kill feels easier sometimes. At least.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have a couple of tanks if you're not good at getting the quick version.
Yep. Yeah, there are some considerations to me. I can see it. I can see why grapple is considered harder. The microwave can be unexpectedly tricky because there's a lot of people will mash the X-ray button a little too quickly. Like you need to hold each X-ray activation for long enough for Dragon's iframes to wear off, which I think is about 10 frames. But if you mash too quickly, you'll just waste taps.
We just got vanilla Varia.
All right. So yeah, I think with Plasma, Wave, and Space Jump, we're probably going to see Gravity for Lower Norfair pretty soon. All right, Beamer, going to do a Kraid fight. Shooting out the rocks and the claws off screen to reduce lag. While Kraid is standing up, the claws do still spawn underneath the screen, and so you can, with Wave Beam, you can reduce some lag by shooting those.
Unfortunately, Beamer does not get the quick kill, so Kraid is being taken to prom, or you can say that, Kraid was asked on a date but got stood up.
Oh boy. All right. So yeah, Smelon coming down to Upper Norfair. In Major Minor especially, Upper Norfair is very often just loaded. One thing is that in order to balance things, make nerf Upper Norfair a little bit because it is kind of OP even still, and make Wrecked Ship a more appealing option. The high jump E-Tank item is a minor in Major Minor, and it's swapped with the right side supers in Wrecked Ship, which becomes a major. So you're basically your boss prize for defeating Phantoon. But yeah, generally, like with Varia, it makes a lot of sense to come down here. Generally, in Major Minor, when there are hell runs in Logic, it's still worth it to like come down here once you have the tanks to do hell runs, because the game like really loves to put your progression in Bubble Mountain on Major Minor.
Well, we'll see that shortly. Beamer is now finishing, or gets out of Kraid's lair. Both of them find that also that vanilla E-Tank in the closet, so nothing too exciting there.
Yeah, very cool little space jump mock ball exiting Kraid from Beamer. More E. So yeah, I'm like with this many tanks showing up, I'm really expecting a gravity suit soon, and for probably Lower Norfair to be the play. Very often in Major Minor, like I said, Upper Norfair tends to be stacked, and if you can, with vanilla map at least, it's very good to be if you are able to do the GT Classic route. So Kraid, then Ridley, and then going up to get Dragon and Phantoon, which gets you like very close to Turian.
I'm not sure if I'd go grab. Well, I guess 15 power bombs means if for some reason you need to. Like, no, never mind. I'm not sure why you're worried about maybe that third power bomb pack there.
I think it's there. May as well grab it. It's always nice to have at least 15, especially when you don't have bombs, just to make sure that you can get through all the bomb blocks. Gives you crystal flash just in case. Like, yeah, it can be used. That crystal flash can also be used to clip through Batwoon, through to Batwoon, which can, out of logic, make speed and ice like not necessary for go mode. And there's our charge beam.
All right, well.
Oh, I didn't know you could kill those guys with supers.
So where would you go from here?
I mean, I definitely check the I check speed, I check wave. That's all the majors for Upper Norfair. I am really wanting to see my gravity suit here. Like that's the big missing piece. But if I see gravity, I go straight to Lower Norfair. I'd be tempted to go to Lower Norfair even if I didn't.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is that even with this, oh well, we have bombs now, so I think I don't know, for me Lower Norfair seems like if you can do it, if you're confident in your Ridley fight with 5 tanks, well, more if you're confident with getting out of Lower Norfair after the Ridley fight.
Yeah, that tends to be the real challenge. Those like Key Hunter Stairs and Wasteland and Three Musketeers are all super dangerous rooms, especially if you do not have your gravity suit, because then Key Hunters and Gold Pirates hit you for a full empty tank, and the big Disgigas hit you for 80. And even on 5-6 tanks, like that will chunk you down real quick.
Yeah, and that's obviously the biggest concern here. Oh well, we got screw attack.
Yeah, with finding screw attack, I definitely go to Lower Norfair out of logic here.
Now all the movement's much easier. Yeah, for sure.
Yep, and that does reduce a lot of the drama with the key hunters and the Despigas because you can just screw attack through them. All right, looks like Smelon, though, is going to go back up. I imagine we'll see a reverse frog speedway with the PLM overload trick. Oh, nope, we are going down to... We're maybe taking a long way to Lower Norfair?
Yeah, I'm wondering that because we could have just... We were in the right room, right?
Oh. Well, if you come from Wave, you have to go through... you have to go through some lava. And so to conserve... I'm guessing this is to conserve energy, yeah. And it's also, like, kind of slow to go through that lava. These Nami flames.
I apologize. My dog is trying to say hi.
Yeah, my cat is staring at me like she wants to join the comms team as well. All right, Smelon having a very clean lava dive there. Going down.
So well executed.
Yeah, just like those Namihe flames made me a little nervous, but just perfectly dodged them. Those will do 50 damage with area, so not a trivial amount. And yeah, this is kind of to be expected. You know, if this is ice or speed, this is a really good play. I feel like that's all it could really be that would be useful, though. Because we know for a fact it can't be Gravity Suit on easy difficulty.
Just an E-Tank, not that exciting.
So I'm guessing that means that our Gravity Suit is somewhere in Wrecked Ship, because none of the Meridia locations will be in Logic. Yeah, is there anywhere else it could even be? I don't believe... Oh, it could be at Gauntlet, too.
Oh, yes. Nothing like having all the things to make worst room in the game a joke.
Yeah, not really the worst room
in the game.
Yeah, not really the worst room in the game when you've got space jump and screw attack. I don't know about best, but certainly not worst anymore. All right, and Beamer
all right,
did not even need that last wall jump on the lip. Very nice. So, I mean, it's not... That lava dive is not in Logic until hard difficulty, but like they were already down here in Upper Norfair. They've got everything they need to clear LN and kill Ridley. It's not going to be the comfiest of Ridley fights, but I imagine very doable for both of them.
6 tanks, 20 supers, charge wave plasma. Yeah, this shouldn't be bad for them.
Like he will deal double damage, so body hits will be 60, tail hits will be 80, flame hits I think will be 30. But still, like, definitely a doable fight for runners as skilled as these. Yeah, Smelon, the vanilla strat there is to just run underneath in the acid. Can't really do that as effectively when you don't have Gravity Suit.
No, right. Definitely having to make some choices you might not normally make. Did we take a save at all, or is Smelon just all in?
Nope. Smelon's just going for it. I imagine Beamer will just go for it as well. All right, so the math gets a little funky with this beam. 4 shots is the same as 5 supers.
But definitely slower.
Yes. Yeah. Supers have the highest DPS on Ridley by a long shot. Oh wow! Did not even realize there had been enough shots for that
Wow.
kill there. That was a crispy Ridley fight.
That was impressive. And these boss fights make a huge. Oh, it gets a free refill back there. These boss fights, especially with all this vanilla, are key to staying ahead. But this almost, depending on where gravity is, this looks pretty linear from here.
Yep.
It's too bad they hadn't found it, because they could have just been like, oh yeah, forget this. I'll just, I'll go right for Dragon and then head to Fantoon and go. But no, we're gonna have to hit Wreck Ship first.
Yeah, the only... Oh no, I guess we don't have grapple to get through Everest anyway. You can get through Everest with just high jump and ice, but it's so slow. So yeah, depending on what's at Fireflies, we may see one of these runners go for a suitless Meridia, but again, without grapple, I kind of don't imagine they will.
All right. Mountain's gonna climb back through these key hunters, and Beamer is now up here and gonna say hi to our space pirate friend. And oh yeah, Boo just brought up my favorite area. We haven't seen Croc.
Oh duh, things could definitely be a Crocomire. I try to forget about Crocomire, which
I'm sure you do.
In the past has not served me well, but in the past remembering Croc hasn't necessarily served me well either. So.
Of course, I'm referring to one of the early season races where Exact and who was with you?
Baja.
Baja, yeah, they had the
shoutouts Baja.
They had the almost half-hour resets because of the Croc escape item. It was a forced Croc fight. Yeah.
Don't try to do Croc on 5 missiles, 5 supers if you can avoid it. Public service announcement. Alright, so was Fireflies? Fireflies looks like it was just a tank. So our progression is... I imagine we'll see both runners check Croc then. Because, like, there's going to be no better time to check those items, and you're go -2. So...
Yep, so this is the time where I'm going to get my wish, and we're going to watch the runners go see our friend.
And, of course, this Croc fight is going to be a total joke with Charge Plasma.
Yes, it's like, even without the ice, it's enough for a one-shot, right?
Yeah, as long as you have Plasma, because... So the way Croc works, each charge shot knocks him back 2 spaces, and Plasma just hits him a whole bunch of time. Devs obviously did not intend you to fight Croc after getting Plasma.
Never mind, I even saw actually watching that animation, finally, I saw all where it obviously hit him like 10 times or something stupid.
Yep, I forget exactly how many steps you need to force Croc back, but it's with Plasma, it's enough.
Ellen grabs just looking at the E-Tank like, I hate you, but I'll take you.
Yeah, might as well. It's a little extra cushion for stand-up if he intends to do stand-up, which with this beam combination would be a time save as long as you don't soft lock in one of the myriad ways to soft lock doing that trick.
It's not one I've attempted yet. I'm a little bit apprehensive. But I have been doing more runs.
Nice. But yeah, it's definitely something that you don't want to try to do unless you have at least a vague idea what you're doing, because you can get the baby stuck too far to the left, you can get the baby stuck in the ceiling, you can get Samus stuck in the ground. It's like there are many, many other ways as well to mess that trick up. But very cool when you do get it. All right, and now we're going to see if our progression is here or if we have to go all the way back up to Criteria Surface and Wrecked Ship.
Nope.
All right, so Croc has trolled us once again.
No more always bet on Croc for me today.
All right, so that's...
It's weird having watched these, seeing all the things that get skipped, watching this versus full countdown.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I feel like Phaser is an appropriate item to find down here, but it's certainly a disappointing one for our runners.
Even if they didn't have plasma, I don't think they'd be happy to find it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they didn't have plasma, they would have had to do a plasmaless Croc fight, which is never something you like if you can avoid it. Does Beamer know the wraparound shot here? Looks like no. Because of the way that the out of bounds area of Super Metroid is laid out, there are some rooms, this being one of the very notable ones, and landing site for the gauntlet door being another one, where if you shoot off of the screen to the right at the proper angle, the shot will wrap around through the out of bounds area and hit the door on the other side of the room. So you can open this door here on the left of Croc from right by the energy tank if you have wave beam.
Yes, and you'll see a lot of runners do that during the hundo.
Yep.
To charge into to speed boost into gauntlet to save a lot of time.
Yep. It's a very, very cool strat to do as well. Like, it just feels badass. But yeah, so the question in chat about the little graphics underneath, the Dusty and the Hopper there are just placeholders. If the runners had webcams, that's where they would go. But neither of our runners has a camera up. So it does look like Smelon is going to be making that X-ray check now as well. So this should... I don't think this will even things up, but it will let Beamer make up some time. And it looks like Smelon has to go the long way through as well, so that'll be a couple more seconds. Like I said, won't get them quite to parity, but does make up for Beamer's making that X-ray check earlier. All right.
Right now, Beamer is all the business center and most of Red Tower behind. So definitely gonna have to do some work to catch up, as we are. We're in the 30-minute mark, but for these racers with only 2 bosses to go and both of them being microwavable, this should be a pretty quick finish from here.
Yep, yeah, the fights themselves will not take long. It's just a matter of like how bad a location Gravity and that Batoon item are in. So there's going to be at least one of those items locked behind Fantoon at this point, unless it's like speed at... Well, I guess that's not true. It could be Gravity at Gauntlet, and then speed or ice at like Mama Turtle or a sand pit, or the sand pit. But more than like statistically, it's likely that at least one of our 2 progression items will be here in Wrecked Ship. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, Space Jump lets you do some cool jumps like that sometimes. I was wondering, like, kind of musing to myself, are we going to see one of these runners attempt the down grab? But don't even need to if you got Space Jump. Yeah, chat pointing out we could also have ice or speed at Shack Tool if we find Gravity. Puyo Ice Clip is not in logic on easy. So Shack Tool access has to be done with Gravity and Grapple.
There is another major location that I know we haven't checked. What if something's hidden back at Waterway?
Could be at Waterway. We would need to see our speed.
We would have speed, but
first, but yeah, we could have a gravity at Waterway kind of situation, which I'm sure neither runner is going to be happy about. Oh, interesting. Smelon deciding rather than going for the microwave that we're going to go for some X Factor Phantoon. Oh, very nice.
in some cases, executing the microwave is actually, it's a very difficult trick.
Yeah, I hate the microwave on Phantoon. The one on Dragon's got a really easy setup. This one, because of how much damage Plasma works and because of how Phantoon's iframes work, you have to hit him with a missile to get him a couple missiles to get him flying around before you can microwave. And with Wave Plasma, I think you need an extra microwave shot as well, depending on how many missiles you get to start. All right, so Gauntlet, another E-Tank, unfortunately for Beamer. And so, yeah, Beamer will probably be playing catch-up for a bit here. Ooh, drops a space jump there, unfortunately. But yeah, this could well come down to, well, Batoon is also microwavable, so this may well come down to, movement Notorian, and yeah, there's not really any item that one of them is going to find that the other won't at this point. So, ooh, Smelon okay because of on account of the 9 energy tanks, but those Kazans hit hard with just Varia. It's a full tank.
There's a reason we call that room the spiky room of death.
Yes. Thankfully, with Varia, the spikes only do 15, and there's Ice Beam. Which
we could technically finish the game with what we have now.
Technically, yes. Getting through Everest would be a major pain without grapple, though. It's doable with just ice and high jump. It's just a very slow crab climb. I've never thought to boost off of that spark. Interesting. All right, Beamer gonna get the microwave on Phantoon. Almost said Funtoon. Different guy.
Kind of a party animal, though.
I mean, there's a reason the URL is funtoon.party. But yeah, so that's a little bit of time save for Beamer here. Guessing Attic will just do a screw attack through, especially with no speed.
Bonus of not having to worry about the extra item, just quickly gets through there. Oh, just another E. So much
yeah,
E.
I feel like at this point it's got to be so gravity. It could be speed at gravity for gravity at Waterway or Reserve here, but there's a pretty good chance that it's vanilla gravity here.
We're gonna have 2 vanilla suits.
That'd be pretty funny.
In the most vanilla seed ever, are we going to have another vanilla suit? We'll find out shortly. Well, I say shortly, but bowling is not a shortly kind of thing.
Yeah, this part of the cutscene is 20 some odd seconds. It's the way I keep track of it is it's from when you morph into the statue's hand to collecting gravity is about 35 seconds. There
and
it is.
We have the second vanilla suit.
Yes, this is Major Minor. And so that is a very comfy go mode for Smelon, I believe. It's definitely go mode, and this feels comfy to me, so I can only imagine.
100%. This is yeah, this will definitely be sub hour. Just has to get through Dragon. That'll be a very, very quick area for Smelon. Notable that coming in, Smelon going into the playoffs was a 21 seed. Took down Lies and Gasoline, who was a 12 seed. Took down Derek Sue last week, who was a 5 seed. And is now facing OK Beamer, who is a 4 seed. So Smelon on a bit of a tear.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing you could possibly want here would be Speed Booster, but unless it's Batwoon, that is definitely not getting picked up, I don't think. I don't think either runner's even going to bother checking behind Dragon at this point.
Yeah, that's an unnecessary door transition. Which, with the runners, both runners at this point know this has been a jet seed, so you do not want to spend that time.
Yeah, it's going to be about 15 seconds for space jump, give or take, because the door transition is going to be like 3-ish seconds both ways. The item fanfare is about 7, and then a second or 2 each way in the room. But yeah, I would be kind of surprised if either runner checks behind Dre for it, because you're not going to save 15 seconds with Speed Booster between here and the end of the run. Smelon runs Hundo and has a 119 last I checked, so I do believe no's stand up. Nope. You've got to be careful that you don't screw attack the Metroid or double hit it with plasma.
Right, which is a total room reset, but
yeah, I think you could go and pull the far left, the top left Metroid over. All right, that is a dead Batwoon.
Microwave snake.
Yeah, one thing that you can do to tell if you're microwaving Batwoon, when you deal damage to Batwoon, it makes a noise. And so when you stop hearing that noise while you're doing your microwave taps, you know that Batwoon is dead. He makes that little noise every time you hit him. And you'll just start hearing the like... Yes, very, very technical description here. But yeah, if you hear the kind of the noise a shot makes when it bonks into a wall, if you hear that, that is what the sound it makes when something hits the non-damaging parts of Batwoon's hitbox. Yeah, and with this beam, it'll be 4 microwave hits. Or no, sorry. It still will be 4 because he's got 3K. And so once you hear him make the noise 4 times, you can stop. Dragon, of course, has a much handier Q, because due to her grapple attack, the game forces you to stand when she dies. And so if you crouch, start your microwave, then right when... Oh,
miss.
May have been doing taps a little bit too fast there. If you go too fast with X-Ray, with the microwave, like I was saying earlier, you will not actually reset the iframes. But yeah, it gets it done on the first goo phase, not bad.
So what was supposed to happen there is that Samus would have stood up the moment Dragon was dead. Oh, we did get a check back there.
Just a tank.
It was the best ball, but we're going to leave it behind.
Yep, does not save any time at this point, and so not worth the fanfare. 3, 4, and that should be a dead Batoon. Yep. So Beamer making up a little bit of time on that Batoon fight, might make up a little bit more time on the Dragon fight, but it's still definitely a lead for Smelon here. So yeah, at this point, that means it's either speed is either at Plasma, or it's Lockbot, or Grapple is at Plasma and speed is at Shack Tool, or I guess the Sand Pits. We haven't seen the Sand Pits, but I don't expect we will.
Nice little high five for our players there.
Yeah, I imagine Smelon's just gonna go out the front. Here. Yep. Nailed. Those yards are such they're one of those like very trolly enemies that's generally not super dangerous, though they do hit pretty hard suitless, but they are massive trolls and will get in the way whenever they possibly can.
Smelon is now on a tear. Gonna come back through here to Criteria. Now, we will likely see. Well, yeah, we'll still probably see a ship save.
Beautiful microwave from Beamer.
Very well done. First, that's the textbook microwave.
And gets Dragon very close to the center of the screen as well, which is some additional time save on this fight. Before Dragon dies, she needs to float to the middle of the room and sink into the sand. And so the closer she is to the center of the screen when you kill her, or the center of the room when you kill her, the faster that happens. Also can result in some kind of funny things happening if you have Wave Beam. If you shoot her, if you kill her with Wave Beam while she's off screen to the right, the game gets confused and thinks it needs to move her to the right to get back to the center of the screen. And so for her to die, she has to wrap all the way around the out of bounds area of the map. And that takes about 18 minutes. So a bit of a run killer.
That's pretty awful.
All right. Yeah, this is very jetty. Wow. Smelon going to be going down that Turian elevator at 4627. Elevator pausing. Insane. Yep, so definitely going for stand-up here. And probably just the standard ice Zeb skip as well, rather than the down back, because we also had screw attack turned off.
Of course, with no ice, we have to do the power bomb kills of the Metroids here.
You've got ice.
Oh, we do have ice. Never mind. Oh, he's just gathering them all up to make it quicker.
Yep. Yeah, the optimal strat there groups them.
Second optimal strat. We've watched, if you watch like Zenny, he'll literally fly through this room, or
yeah, no, these like watching like a
inhuman.
Super top runners Metroid rooms are like a beautiful thing to behold. It's like watch it, and like even if you are like decent at the game, you're still like how are they moving fast? It's a lot of inputs.
I remember my first time watching one of Zos any percent and Zenny's 100%. I'm just like that. I didn't even know the game would allow you to do that.
Yeah, it's like the frame windows for like, and it's the thing that it really is for me is like the switching on and off of supers that quickly.
Yes.
Especially when like that means you have to be pressing like the left directional to keep moving. You have to press select, which is generally where most runners have item cancel. and you have to press item select and shoot. It's like so many buttons to press in such a small window of time that it's always just super, super impressive to see. All right. And so Beamer is going to be, this is what, like a 2 minutes 20-ish behind? All right.
It was 27, yeah. Yeah, 2 minute, 2:20, 2:30, somewhere in that range, yeah. It would take even with a baby skip, it would still be a pretty wide lead for Smelon here.
Yeah, baby skip saves like 15 to 20 seconds, I think, depending on how fast you do it.
Very nice Metroid rooms by OK Beamer there. These have all been pretty close to textbook.
Yeah, really, really solid Turians from both runners.
And this is just, yeah, we got full beam combo, so this is a 20-shot fight.
Yep. One catch. Yep. Smelon getting the one catch-up fight. Oh, you can just stand? Oh, wait, no, it's the other one where it can get sketchy. All right. Yeah, I do not know how to do stand-up without space jump, because if you're turning around when the baby comes on screen to grab Mother Brain, that can also soft lock you. Like if you're in a turnaround animation, well, like while... But obviously, well, I guess people don't do it in PRKD because you only have 3 to 4 energy tanks. But yeah, so an optimal stand-up will save quite a bit of time because it's normally 36 shots with Hyper Beam. Optimally, it's possible to get 40 shots of plasma in here, which means that you only need 1 Hyper Beam shot to kill Mother Brain 3.
Yeah, Smelon doing a great job here, and there are other opportunities to get stuck in the stand-up glitch even through here, so you have to be careful all the way through. But Smelon showing us great execution here.
Yep, there we go. Just waits for a second.
Yep.
Very good. Yeah, another way, like to mess up stand-up glitch, like I said, there are about 1,000 of them. Is that if you are firing a beam shot on the frame that Samus gets Hyper Beam, it makes the game try to draw a bunch of sprites, like a whole bunch of times per frame, which causes enormous lag. There are sometimes ways to get out of it, but sometimes it's just nothing you can do. It's just, you have to like sit there and watch as like the game only draws like Mother Brain's leg. And it just goes at a pace slower than a glacier.
Almost as slow as watching a speedless escape. You definitely appreciate like watching people have to escape without speed or without high jump. You definitely appreciate having those items so much more.
Yep. Yeah, the high jump is like a really big one that you know, it seems like an item that doesn't do much, but it's like you make, depending on if you find high jump early and your opponent doesn't, that's like a huge amount of time that you're saving.
Yeah, even like if anywhere, having high jump in lower Norfair makes a massive difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Ridley fight is
All right, here we are.
so much
Smelon is
worse.
on the surface, heading up, jumping onto Kirby's back, and finishes with a official race time GG of 53:37 and takes this game 1.
Dang. All right. So yeah, that was quite the race. And so were those Smelon settings? Do we know offhand?
That would have been Beamer settings because Beamer was the higher seed coming in.
Well, the higher seed gets to
they
choose whether their
okay,
settings are first or second.
got it. Okay, well then I do not know for sure.
I would kind of think that those are Smelon settings. Probably wanted to like play up that movement advantage. I think Beamer has a lot more rando experience, and so in like a more like an area rando seed or something like that would have probably a bit of an advantage that, like, depending on the routing, could definitely make up for any movement advantage that Smelon has. Okay, thank you, Idol. So these are Smelon settings.
Okay.
All
They're
right.
going to be pretty close here. You know, okay, Beamer after this escape will have a like either a high 55 or low 56 time, which I mean that would beat most runners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a phenomenal time for a randomizer. Even one as jetty as this, like, that's still super impressive. All right, and we're going to get to see where our obnoxious speed booster was.
And while we're waiting for that, make sure you wait after this race and stick around for race 2, where we're going to have some different settings for that second race. I got to go look at those real quick.
I'm guessing we'll see a full area and probably a significant amount more randomness than we saw this seed.
Yes, we definitely have quite a bit different settings next time. We have full countdown, full area, vanilla boss, easy, vanilla escape, random morph, random start. So a lot more randomness in the next one.
I'm really hoping for like one of the wackier starts here. I would love to see Mobile Mountain start personally. I know people hate that one. I love it, and I think it's like makes for very interesting watching, especially with late morph.
All right,
Mama
GG's in chat for
Turtle.
Beamer. Beamer finished with an official race time GG of 56:25. And speed, Mama Turtle was speed. Is that what you?
Yep. Speed Mama
Right.
Turtle, which I somehow forgot was even a location. So vanilla start cannot happen in random start. I see the kappa. That may well be a joke, but just in case anyone's curious, the ship is the only place you can't start with a random start.
We could have French vanilla start though, which is in the back end of Gauntlet.
Yep. Which will also guarantee morph immediately because you cannot escape Gauntlet without morph. All right, so yeah, like Vincent said, stick around. We're gonna take a little bit of a break here, let the runners like get a little bit of fresh air, refresh their water, use the restroom, maybe have a little snack, give themselves some energy. Maybe we'll enjoy some nice salted almonds.
Okay.
Very good snack, very filling, lots of protein. But yeah, we will have our second race coming up before too long here. So don't go anywhere.
All right. See you in a few.